We zijn hier op Feest in het Park met één helft van Coldcut. Has Belgium been especially good for Coldcut over the many years you've been doing this project?
It's been mixed. I was thinking about a dreadful gig I did here with my girlfriend actually when we had our baby son with us, where we got thrown off stage. That was quite funny. But actually, generally, it's been great. Particularly the Ancien Belgique. It's one of the best venues in Europe, and whenever we do it, whenever Ninja artists play there, it's really good. So that's a high point. And we played some other good festivals here. We did Door Festival a few weeks ago, and yeah, we do good here. Yeah, we've got a good agent.
The first time I saw you perform live was 10 years ago. It was when you were releasing the VJam software. Do you remember that? It was in Brussels as well.
Yeah, I think we've done quite a few stuff here. I remember playing at the was it called the Cyber Cafe or the Cyber Theatre or something like that, and doing a talk there, which was quite good. And I think, you know, like Holland, actually, it's one of the countries that's quite turned on to the idea of video art. So that's one of the reasons we've met some interest and acceptance here, I think.
Because that's what's intriguing with Coldcut. It's not only about the music, it's a total package. You have the music, you have the visuals, and the visuals which are performed live as well during the shows. Huh?
That's right. I call it the new hip hop. So we're taking the ideas of hip hop, and especially DJing, scratching and mixing and processing and sampling, and applying that to not just visuals but audio-visual material as well. So yeah, it's fresh.
You still stay fresh after, what, 20 years you're in the music business? How do you do that? Because I guess a lot of artists who are in it for a long time kind of fade away.
Well, I think we've been quite lucky not to make any money. I think that's kept us hungry. Actually, I shouldn't say that, because we've been going 20 years. We've made an okay living out of it. I work for myself. I'm an independent artist and I make a living. I guess that's successful. But some of our contemporaries have made big money, and they don't seem to have made anything interesting music since then. So I think money can kill you, definitely, and too much success. John and I are hungry. We're perhaps restless. We're still looking, haven't found yet. So yeah, we find, but then we want to move on. And I'm just getting warmed up. I'm just starting to enjoy my life more and find more things that I'm interested in, you know. As you get older, you find that when you're young, you think you fucking know everything, but as you get older, you find there's people who know a lot more than you, and actually you know this much, and it's connected to all this stuff here, which you don't know much about, but the connections are interesting, and so you want to explore more and more, and that leads on to more things and more connections. So that's, I think, keeps us interested in what we're doing.
It's as if you are on a constant quest for the Holy Grail, with the Holy Grail not being defined.
Yes, that's right. The Holy Grail is to work out what the Holy Grail is. Now there's a stupid soundbite for you. I would say the purpose of life is to work out what the purpose of life is. All the purpose of life is to have an interesting life. I'll tell you when I've worked it out.
And are you going to use that for next record then?
It'll all be in the mix. I mean, I've been fucking miserable a lot of the time the last few months. I split up with my girlfriend after 7 years, and living in London is full of negativity as well as beautiful energy as well. And I've been in a very mixed headspace recently, but on a good day I feel okay today, and I think I'm gonna take all this shit and mix it and squeeze it and bolt it onto other stuff, and something will still come out of it. I'm having some good new creative insights at the moment as well.
So perhaps the next record will be more personal than previous ones, or? Well,
look in my eyes, man. They're all completely fucking personal. You know what I mean?
Because there's a lot of criticism on our society in your lyrics, and that's what defines you as well.
I think it probably reflects our own criticism of ourselves. You know, I think as you get older, again, when you're young, you think that society's shit and we should give it a good kicking and throw it away. As you get older, you realise that yes, it is not perfect, but it's what we've got to work with. I don't want actually 100% anarchy. I don't think that would be a good idea. I think there's, parts of society that work and are quite valuable. I'm quite happy to be alive now and not 500 years ago. I'd probably have been burned at the fucking stake by now, you know what I mean? So, who was it? Socrates perhaps said, the unexamined life is not worth living. It's about examination, not just, it's about acceptance. I love people who are easygoing and chilled out and accept everything. Some of them are very talented people. On the other hand, if you're too content, if you're too happy with the way things are, there's no motivation to do anything to change. So I think sometimes that heaven must be quite boring. There'd be no blues in heaven, no spiky, experimental, heavyweight, provocative art, because it would all be too blissed out.
There's no good without bad.
Very good, mate. You should get into the lyric writing business. There's no good without bad. So my favourite symbol is the yin and yang symbol, because not just that one turns into the other, but also each side contains the germ of its opposite. So if I make a statement like, I hate house music, or house music is crap, in some ways that's true, but in some ways it's nonsense. House music is beautiful. I totally felt the energy of house music when it first happened, and that energy is still alive. And as things go down, they prepare themselves for recycling back up again in a different form. This is something that symbol puts in a very clear, iconic way. So that's my favourite symbol.
Can we expect a well-balanced set tonight as well?
It'll be ill-balanced in a well-balanced way. It's fundamental phase transition between order and chaos. I haven't made up my mind which side to steer onto yet, but you can rest assured that we'll visit the extremes.
You're headlining this festival today. Are you doing other headlining tours and headlining concerts as well in the rest of Europe? Or?
We're always headlining, yeah. It doesn't matter if we're on the top of the poster or not. Our show's completely different to what every other motherfucker on any of these shows is doing. I can look down there and I know some of those artists and I love some of them, but our show's completely different, so we're always lining in the head somewhere or other.
So it doesn't matter as long as you can get your music across and get people activated.
Well, it doesn't matter as long as we get paid.
The bare necessities.
I really love doing live shows. I'm getting more and more into it. Last year we did 100 shows around the world and it was full on. But I felt, I'm 46 years old, but I felt I'm in a rock and roll band, and actually this energizes me. I don't feel tired. I feel great, and I like doing our funky art party thing because I know that it's good and different. And sometimes I think it's shit, but then that just provides more motivation to make it better. So I think, as I say, we're still getting warmed up, we're still improving, so I see no reason to stop yet.
When will you release another album? The last one is from last year, Sound Mirrors. Is it a slow process?
It's speeding up, man. Like last year we got asked 1,000 million times, why did it take you 9 years since your last album? And I won't answer the question because we answered it then, but I can tell you we don't intend to spend so long making the next one, and it's in production already. And yesterday John and myself, Jonathan, my partner, and myself and a guy called Dom from Ninja Tune, who's a really good creative A&R type of input, he's helping us direct it and focus what we're doing, and it's I'm finding it a lot more pleasurable this time with just the three of us working on it, and it's underway. And I think it might surprise people. I think we're going to go back to the dance floor, having done the arty song bit. I think we're looking to, that's where we started off, dance,
Gonna crash another party.
Yeah, crash another party, dance floor hooligans. I mean, it's dance. Hey, stop with that banging. This motherfucker's got a rhythm. It's so untrendy at the moment. Dance. Everyone's says it's finished, but people aren't going to stop dancing. Fuck that. People are going to be dancing whilst they've still got legs.